Hey guys, how's it going? Solo back with yet another video. This time we're going to be taking a look at Luminar Technologies, ticker symbol LAZR, L-A-Z-R. So as always, we'll take a look at the heat map to see what the overall market did today. We'll take a look at the Robinhood graph on LAZR. We will show you a news article that's a little bit old, but I read some interesting information about it on the company, which I think I'm bullish on. And then we'll do some updated technical analysis because LAZR or Luminar Technologies had a big day in the stock market today. And then we will end the video looking at the option flow data to see what the institutional investors, what the hedge funds, what the big money, what the smart money was doing in terms of options on LAZR. So let's get right into it. Looking at the heat map here, you can see pretty much a red day across the board. Some sectors were green, primarily the financial sectors, and that's because the banks passed their stress tests and the government has now allowed the banks to do stock buybacks again. So it's kind of a controversial thing. I'm personally against it because what I suspect is going to happen, the banks are going to spend all their money raising their share price by buying their stocks back, and then if the economy tanks again, they're going to ask for bailouts because they're going to say they don't have any money left because they spent it all buying their own stock back. That's beyond the point. Let's talk about LAZR today. So here's the Robinhood graph on Luminar. You can see up 27% today. If you saw my last video on LAZR, you know I predicted a bullish move. I just didn't think it would be this big. I thought we would get there in maybe a few trading days, not in one single trading day. So overall, great day if you had shares or had bought options on Luminar. If you had bought call options on Luminar, you're looking pretty good. If you sold some cash secured puts on Luminar, you're looking pretty good. Let me know in the comments below if you benefited from this huge run up today on Luminar. Looking at the 1 week graph, kind of flat last week, although slowly just melting up. And then we really took off to the moon after hours on December 18th, basically the way we closed that trading day. And then, like I said, we are up almost 20% in the past trading week. Luminar is up 140% on the last trading month. Let me know if you are a longtime shareholder of Luminar. If you're up 140%, leave a comment below. I will pin it to the top. Let's take a look at that news article I was looking at to see why exactly Luminar is so bullish this past day, this past week, and this past month in the stock market. So here's the article I was talking about. This is an older article. It was written on December 9th of this year, and it's titled Luminar could own 100% of the Lidar market, and it may still be overvalued. So why am I looking at this old article? Well, the reason is there's some still good nuggets of information in there, and that's because they are expecting Luminar to be the leader in the automotive LiDAR market. You can say right here, Luminar will eventually become the automotive LiDAR leader once automakers actually start putting LiDAR or laser radar in their cars. This market is still in its infancy, however. The first big automaker is going to be Volvo, and they think that that technology in Volvo cars is still about 2 years away from the production ramp on their vehicles. However, they think in the meantime, Luminar is probably going to be choppy, says wobble both higher and lower. But if you believe the technology, it says you have the opportunity to get in before it absolutely goes to the moon. So what would be a good price for Luminar, this article asks? It says it's hard to say. They think that the LiDAR market could be worth as much as $2.5 billion in the next 5 years by 2025. But this analyst says that right now, he thinks Luminar is overvalued and that the stock costs 6 times or about 6 times the value of the entire automotive LiDAR market. So he thinks this stock is a little bit overvalued. He's suggesting that if you wait it out, you might be able to get a better price if you're looking to buy into Luminar. I mean, if you look at today's data, you've already missed your boat. That stock jumped today. So this other article also keeps on going on to say that it's trading at 18 times sales 5 years away, which is a pretty crazy valuation. So I do agree with that. I mean, trading at 6 times what your entire market is valued at, that seems a little bit excessive. But right now, I think the whole stock market is excessive. I think this whole stock market is in a bubble, including stocks such as Tesla or Luminar or Palantir. So I don't know. I don't know what the right strategy is. I think the best strategy would be to buy in now, ride the wave up, cash out at the top or as close as the top as you can. And then if the economy does poorly again, just wait or buy the dip. But let me know what your plan is. If you already have shares of Luminar, or if you already have options open, or if you're thinking about it, let me know what your plan is in the comments below. Let's look at the updated technical analysis on Luminar and see what that shows us. So here's the trading view chart on Luminar. If you haven't seen my prior videos, you can see I've already done some technical analysis. These are daily candles. I have the orange line, which is the 21-day moving average, the pink line, which is the 50-day moving average, the RSI, and the Fibonacci retracements. I also have some yellow lines, which are areas of support and resistance that I draw. If you saw my last video or if you missed it, I was thinking that Luminar would have a green day today up until this 50% Fibonacci level, which is at about $29. And then I said, it's going to depend on where Luminar goes from there. If it's going to bounce off it and trade lower, and then maybe use this area of support in the mid $24 range, or if it's going to continue and blow past that Fibonacci level to this area of resistance that I identified at a little over $33, about mid 33. Well, I thought that these moves would take maybe a whole trading week. Luminar did that in one trading day. You can see it gapped up. It opened right at the 50% Fibonacci level, then used that as support to just go to the moon, and it blew past my area of resistance to close the day at a little over $35. So what am I looking to see right now? Well, this is what I want to see. I want to see confirmation tomorrow that Luminar can hold now above $33, $34 and confirm that yes, it is in a very short term, at least a short-term bullish uptrend. I want one day of confirmation. If it sells off again, then I'm going to be looking at this area of trend, which I'm going to draw now, which is equal to the 50% Fibonacci level. I'm going to be looking for $29 as support. So either tomorrow we're going to continue this uptrend, and then really the next area of resistance is probably going to be this 23.6% Fibonacci level at about $39. Or if we have a red day, if we sell off a little bit, then I think the area of support is going to be $29. So I'm going to be very curious to see how Luminar trades tomorrow. We had a huge green day today. So will there be some profit taking tomorrow? Can it really continue that momentum? Looking at the RSI curve, of course, it's a little bit closer to the overbought side, but it's only at about 66. So there's still plenty of room to go. I mean, take a look at the past. The RSI on Luminar in the past has been as high as 95. So I wouldn't be surprised if we continue that green trend, that bullish trend tomorrow, to be honest with you. And I'm going to be very interested to see what happens. But I also won't be surprised if we do have a little bit of a pullback, maybe some profit taking, or maybe just some cooling of the jets. So here's the trade UI option flow data on LAZR for today. You can see there were 26 sweeps that came in. If I scroll, the green boxes represent call options that were bought. The red boxes represent put options that were bought. As you can see, the majority of the options were call options. And if you look at the strike prices, they were at 30, 35. Here's a 65 strike call for January 15th, 2021. That is very aggressive. That's very bullish. But most of these are in the 30, I would say 25 to 35 strike price ranges. And the majority of these are monthlies. They're January 15th, 2021. So people are very bullish. The big money is very bullish on LAZR for the next trading month or so. And I kind of agree. I mean, the technical analysis seems to support that. If you missed my video from the weekend about LAZR, take a look at that. I looked at some other news articles that were more recent that came out on LAZR and why I am bullish on them as well. So that's how we're going to end the video. Let me know if you have any questions or comments. Join our Discord server, add me on Twitter, add me on Instagram, follow me on Reddit. As always, have a happy trading day, and I hope you're green.